Hey, hello guys. Hello. Hi everyone. Hello.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so alright guys. So in today's class, I think we'll make the continuation for the previous one. Right. So I just want to understand what was our last discussion. Can someone please tell?
It's about app gateway. Okay, application gateway.
App gateway. It's about app gateway.
And we have created VM and I think application gateway.
VM.
The last session.
Did I create a VM? Really? Okay.
Or application.
Okay. So I think this was architecture. I think we discussed, right? And as part of the continuation, I think I have provisioned two components. One is the PostgreSDB, another one is the Kubernetes cluster. I think those two are the things I think we have provisioned, and we'll clear the remaining part today. Okay. So fine. So let's go to the portal and we'll see the components which have been there. I'm just going to the Kubernetes service. I think this is your Kubernetes service, right? I'm just going there. I'm just making up. Okay. That's the first thing. Just start the service, and there is a one more service which is the Postgres, right? Just go for the Postgres. So there you can see our Postgres Flexi server. I think this was the one we provisioned. Do you know what is the advantage of Postgres server? Postgres Flexi. What is the advantage of the Flexi? So advantage of the Flexi is the high availability. So the standby replica will be there in the same zone or the different zone. So that's the advantage of the Postgres Flexi server. Remember that one, guys. That's a quite important one. Okay. And I will show the case, I think, where exactly you can see that as well. Okay, just wait for a while. I think it will be okay. So meanwhile, what exactly I will do, let me go there to the virtual machine and I have one VM. Of course, this VM is sitting in a different VNet. Okay, simply what we will do, I think this is a very good learning for you. I'm going to make a connection from this VM to your VNet Kubernetes cluster. So that's a very good learning which you can see in real time as well. Okay. So you can sense the same. There is a virtual network which is a 8 p.m. badge RG-VNet. So this was the virtual network, right? So now I'm going for the Kubernetes service. I just want to show you. So what exactly the Kubernetes service is using. I mean Kubernetes service virtual network. Okay, if you go for the virtual network, this was yours, and the VM is sitting in this VNet, and your cluster is sitting in this VNet. Now we are going to make a connection between these two. That's the interesting thing where you can learn. Okay, that's a very good learning. That's what exactly the thing required in real time, guys. Okay, right. So I'm just going for the virtual machine. I'm just making the virtual machine to be up. I don't think so I have clicked on start. Let me double check that. Yeah, I think I clicked it. Okay, fine. So the database is on, and the Kubernetes cluster is on, and the VM is on. Everything is on. So now my immediate intention here is I'll just go for the Azure DevOps. Okay, I'll just go for the Azure DevOps and I will go there and deploy a service to the Kubernetes service. Okay, so for that I'm just going for the Azure DevOps. Okay, just go to the DevOps services. Why it's going to the portal? It should not. I should be able to log into the DevOps. I don't know why it is redirected to the portal. No, it's not portal.azure.com. This is wrong. Can someone please do me a favor? Can someone please provide me the Azure DevOps URL from your mission? Can someone please go there, go to the Azure DevOps endpoint, give me the endpoint, please? Yeah, I think my mission is redirected into the portal. I don't know why. Just give me the Azure DevOps endpoint, guys. Okay. Okay, so I think it's portal.azure.com organization template. Okay, let me try that. No, I don't know why it is coming to Azure DevOps. Azure portal, okay. You have made it easier to manage Azure DevOps billing subscription. My Azure DevOps organizations. think should be okay. Just a second. I think this was the right one. Let me go there and log into this particular organization. Just go inside. Okay, fine guys. Okay, all right. I believe you already aware of this particular what is this one, some backend service, whatever thing. I think I will just quickly walk through on the YAML part, what are the YAML I'm going to use. For example, I'm just taking a middleware repo. I believe the same repository also will be taught by, I think already you guys already aware of this particular YAML, right, from your previous time. The same thing. Okay, there is no difference, but anyway, I will just give you a walkthrough so that you will understand what exactly this YAML. Okay, the same thing I'm going to use, so that's the point guys. Okay, so basically I think let's give a quick walkthrough on the YAML. So this was the YAML basically we will use for our Kubernetes services, and there is a kind is deployment type, and the metadata is nothing but information about your deployment. Okay, your deployment name is metadata middleware hyphen deployment, and you are giving a label. The label is the key in the manifest files. Okay, so by using that label only, your service will be discovered, by your pod will be discovered, or your ingress will be discovered. Everything will be based upon the labels only. And by the way, under the spec, I think you are keeping what replica is 1. Replica 1 means you're going to launch only one particular pod in your Kubernetes service. And there is a strategy which is a rolling update strategy, and the rolling update is max unavailable is 25%, max surge is 1. So what exactly the meaning for this one is, for example, you are making a strategy in such a way that the rolling update is enabled. So meaning that, for example, if you redeploy, there is a change in the image build number you are trying to deploy. Okay, so what exactly the thing will happen, whatever the latest changes are there, right, it will override your previous changes, correct? That's a normal thing. If you make a fresh guys, the deployment 1 is there in the Kubernetes cluster. What is deployment 2? Deployment 2 is the new feature, right? It will override your deployment 1. So meaning that your application will not be available for few seconds. This particular configuration will help you to make sure your application is available. At least one pod is available. Okay, one pod is available with your deployments. That's the advantage by using this particular max unavailable and max search. Okay, right. So I'm just going for the selector, the match label. The match labels here, the app is middleware, and this is the template which you are seeing, a pod template, and the metadata labels is middleware. So you need to understand a condition here. Okay, this is a kind of if condition only. If match labels matches app equal to middleware, then automatically your replica will be displayed as 1. So that's the condition you have given here. There is a condition, guys. This is a condition. Okay, this particular block is a condition. It is matching your label. Where exactly you are defining your label? Yes, of course I'm defining a label here, right? You are seeing a pod template label, app colon equal to middleware. So if these both are matched, means your replica count will be 1. If you keep 2, I think after matching these two, count will become 2. That is a normal thing only, nothing new there. There is a specification for the container. This is not a pod spec, this is a container spec. Okay, if you go inside, you know that, right? Inside pod, container will be there. You're just giving a name called middleware, can be anything, doesn't matter. And you are pointing a container registry endpoint. This is the container registry endpoint, and there are the resources which you kept here. These resources are your pod request. For example, your pod is requesting a memory of 2 GB and CPU is 1 core. You have a limit, a memory of 3 GB, and you can have more than 1, not an issue, like greater than or equal to 1. So meaning that in your virtual machine, your pod will be launched in virtual machine only, right? It will look for at least 2 GB RAM and 1 CPU. That's your pod capacity it will start with. And it can go maximum 3 GB and 1 core. That is the maximum limit. But the moment when you're launching your pod, it will double check whether you have really this requested memory or CPU or not. If this requested CPU and memory is not available in the VM, your pod will be in pending status. Remember that point, guys. Okay, and you're passing an environment called API_env, and you're just passing a value called Azure-UAT. I will tell what exactly the meaning for this one, Azure-UAT. This is the property file for the Spring Boot application. If you pass Azure-UAT, Azure-UAT properties will be picked up. If you pass Azure-prod, Azure-prod properties will be picked up. If you pass Azure-dev, Azure-dev properties will be picked up. And finally, I can see RDS host name, RDS port, and DB name, and username, and the password. These are all the database details. Okay, you may get a doubt. Okay, how exactly we need to define the database details? If you see this one, right, there you are passing a database host name, database port, database name, database username, database password. Okay, then what is this one? Value from the secret key reference or something you are just using, right? How exactly this works? You will understand in few seconds. Don't worry on this. Okay, I will explain this particular section in a bit, guys, because you will not understand from here, because I need to explain from the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, don't worry on this one. And you are running your container port on 8080. The readiness probe will help you. This is what exactly the point is. What are the configuration you have provided here, to be frank? Okay, how exactly this one will help you, whenever a deployment 1, a deployment 2 is there, when you override the deployment 1 with the deployment 2, as I already mentioned, there is a downtime, a few seconds, right? This thing will help you to not to make any downtime in between. There the path is /middleware, meaning that it will go there and check for the new pod /middleware is responding or not. If the /middleware path is not responding, sorry, the whole deployment pod will not be terminated. If the pod /middleware path is responding in the new deployment, the whole deployment pod will be terminated. That's a condition. That is how it works. Okay, that's why this readiness probe is also quite important in the manifest ML. And finally, you are pulling a secret, sir. You are deploying a secret. This is one type of secret deployment. You know very well that whenever you're deploying a secret, that secret will be stored in the etcd server. At the same time, you are seeing a few types of secrets here, right? All these secrets, RDS host, port, DB name, all these are also secret. This is another type of secret deployment. This is one type of secret deployment. Both you will understand at this moment. And not only this way, you can use config maps also to deploy your secrets. That is also another technique in the Kubernetes cluster. But you can sense how exactly you are deploying secrets. That one I will show you in few minutes. Okay. Then there is a horizontal pod autoscaler section. How this particular thing exactly will be useful for us. For example, in your Kubernetes cluster, there is a huge load is coming up to the cluster where you have already launched 2 replicas over there and maximum is 4. So meaning that maybe you will start with 2. Okay, we will start with 2 and then followed by you are keeping a particular maximum of 4. Now the point here is, whenever your pod CPU utilization is crossing 70, for example, if it crosses 70, automatically your pod will be scaled up. Meaning that you are already running with 2, right? Example, right? So 2 pods are running with 70, then automatically third pod will be launched. Or 1 pod is running with 70, also third pod will be launched. But the max to max, you can launch a 4 pods only in your Kubernetes cluster. That is what your horizontal pod autoscaler will help you. There is another autoscaler which is a cluster autoscaler. Then how exactly the cluster autoscaler works? The cluster autoscaler is the one which you will define on the portal level. We have defined autoscaling, right? That is what the cluster autoscaler. Always in production, for production environments, you need to enable the cluster autoscaler always true, okay? And at the same time, horizontal pod autoscaler also should be available. Remember these 2 points, guys, okay? And finally you are seeing a service. Okay, right? So this is what service, as I already mentioned yesterday in your diagram, right? If you go there and check, always you will never hit a pod. That is not at all happening. In between service is there. That's what I'm saying, right? That's the point. I think the same thing here. There is a service and service name also he has given middleware. You can give middleware -service or something. See, there is a condition. It will go there and check wherever the pod label is tagged as middleware. Okay, of course there you already know the pod label being already tagged as a middleware, right? That one already you know. So it will go there and will match with that. Then your service will be launched by just pointing those 3 pods. For example, in this example, 3 pods are launched, deployed with a label called middleware. Now service also will be launched, a single service, by pointing these 3 pods. That's the point, guys. Okay, your service is a load balancer and these are the 3 different pods. That is the important point which you need to understand. That is all about your deployment analysis. That's it. And by the way, we missed one important thing, that is container registry. We don't have a container registry at this moment. I'm going and creating one container registry at the portal. Okay, that is what the thing I'm going to do. Just go there and just go there. I'm just provisioning one container registry. Container registry. Okay, I'm just creating a container with the same name so that I don't need to modify much. Okay, as part of this one, I'm launching this particular container registry in your resource group. As part of this one, I'm just giving the same. Okay, let it go through, not an issue. It will check whether this particular DNS is available or not. Of course, it's available. I think remaining things are as usual. And one more important thing, for example, what there you are saying some basic, standard, and premium, and there is a difference between these particular three. So basically, the basic will not support. I think the basic capacity is some 100 GB. I think only 100 GB is the storage for the container registry. What is the advantage of registry? You know, right? The registry consisting of repositories, the repositories consisting of images. That is the one-to-many relationship. One registry can have multiple repositories. One repository can have multiple images. One-to-many, one-to-many. Okay, remember that. And remember, in real time, I think you need to select a premium SKU. The reason for that one is, if you select the premium SKU, then only the geo replication will support by default. Otherwise, it will not support. Meaning that DR, whether it is a DR supported or not. So the premium is the always best option. For now, I'm just selecting the standard. That's more than enough. And see, this networking is not available for me. Another catch here. For example, if you want to for production, you need to make sure you are for premium, because you will select premium. Obviously, these features are available, and make sure your particular container registry is completely tied with a secured connection. Okay, remember that point as well, guys. Okay, so once you are done with this point, I'm just going with the standard. That's more than enough. Remaining things are not really required. Just go there and review and create. Now the container registry will be created. I think this is okay. Once this is done, my next immediate intention here is remember, guys. Okay, once the container registry been created, right? Once the container registry been created, the immediate thing, you need to go there and enable your admin part. If you don't enable the container registry admin section, you cannot make use of that container registry. This is a point you need to remember always. Okay, remember that point, guys. Okay, let's go there and let's enable that one as well. Wait for a while. Okay, I think it will be okay. Okay, I think deployment is completed. I'm just going for the resource. Okay, so what exactly I'm saying is, go to the access key. Somewhere you can see the admin user should be enabled. Okay, if it is not enabled, I think you cannot make use of this container. So that's a simple point. Okay, you don't need to worry. Okay, this part is done. Once my container registry is done, now I'm simply going to the Azure DevOps. As part of my Azure DevOps, I think everything is all right. Okay, now simply what exactly I will do, I will just go for the pipeline. As part of the pipeline, I can see some middleware, right? Okay, so let me go there and double check the repository. What project A, middleware A. I'm just going for a project called I think I will use the same project only always. Okay, better I'll pick the latest one. So whatever the thing we have used. Okay, maybe I think this is the best one I can use. Maybe the latest one, right? Let me double check this one. Okay, right. Okay, fine. So there you can see, I think it's a Maven project which you will package your particular code, and you have a bash script. Why I'm using a bash script, so sometimes basically whenever you are running your virtual mission, you are going to build a Docker image, right? That's what your end goal. So to do that, I think always you need to make sure you have the permission to do that action. Docker build and Docker push. Okay, that's what you're doing here. To do this, you need to have a proper sudo access. That is what exactly I'm giving a complete access on that particular one. And then build and push, and finally copy files from where? From source to staging directory. And finally from staging to, you're just publishing that one into the drop folder. That's all. Now the point and catch here is what exactly your agent pool. This agent pool, you need to point the correct one. Okay, I believe I'm using that DevOps 8PM. I think that's the one which I already that's the one which we already started. There we have started one virtual mission, right? I believe the correct. I think the same thing. I believe. Okay, this is my agent I'm using. Doesn't matter. That's the important thing you need to understand. So point here is, you are going to the DevOps model. This is what exactly your DevOps, okay? So your build and release pipeline requires a virtual machine. So that's where exactly you are. And this is a virtual machine. I'm just keeping a virtual machine here. And this particular VM, what exactly the job of this particular VM is to build a Docker file and push an image to a container registry. So that is the job of the virtual machine under this particular build pipeline. And what is the advantage? What is the another job for the virtual machine under the release pipeline? To push that particular image to the AKS. That's the another job. Okay, two jobs are here. One job is just push an image to the container registry, ACR. I'm just keeping ACR. Okay, so the build will push an image to the container registry, and the release, what exactly release will do? Release will pull that image. Okay, release will pull that image, and that particular image will be pushed to the Kubernetes service. Okay, that is what exactly the thing will happen. So that's a point you need to understand. Okay, so now as part of the continuation, I'm just going there for this particular one. Okay, so basically I believe the missing part or missing point would be here, the build and push. There it is showing the container registry, right? I need to point exactly my container registry, whatever I created just now. I'm just clicking a new button here. I'm just double checking whether really that's the correct one or not. Just go for the container registry. I think it will be loaded. It will ask me to just to go there and try to log in. Okay, you need to give a proper authentication for this particular thing, because it needs to pull all the services which are present over there, right? So I'm just trying to log in over there. So the moment when you log in, I think it will say you're authenticated. Then simply it will ask which, you see, container registry. I think this is the correct container registry, right? I'm just giving ACR-new batch. Okay, or something like that. Okay, grant full permission for all the pipelines and just save it. Okay, the point is you need to use the same container registry service connection here. This is the name, ACR-new batch, your service connection name. So it's getting created. Just wait for a while. I think you need to select the same at this particular level. Okay, that's the point. Yes. Okay, so I think we need to wait for a while. I think it will be okay. I think it will be created. A particular application will be created in the Azure Active Directory. That's a simple thing will happen. Yes. Okay, nothing more than that. Okay, just wait for a while. I think it will be okay. All right. Okay, so ACR new batch I selected, and see the repository backend/web app is the one I'm giving, and you need to build and push. That's a command I'm passing, and here is your Docker file. I think everything is all right. I think everything perfectly all right. Okay, I'm just saving and just applying for the queue. Let's go there and build this particular image, and this needs to be pushed to the container registry. So that's exactly the job here at this moment. Okay, we'll see this case, guys. Okay. సంగతే అవలా మ్యూట్లో పెట్టా మనం మాట్లాడుకునే వెనకడం అంటే అక్కడ జరుగుతుంది, పని జరుగుతుంది, చూస్తున్నారు. చూసానా? Okay. Okay, all right, guys. So build pipeline is okay. So now we're going for the release pipeline. So what exactly the release pipeline will do? The release pipeline thing, I think we need to deploy. I think the CI/CD is enabled. That's why I think this particular build being triggered already. Okay. Let's do one small thing. Okay. I will go there and simply modify this particular Kubernetes service connection. That is what simply I need to do. Let's go for the apply. I think this particular connection is wrong, right? So this resource group is wrong. This is not exactly true, right? So basically I'm just going for the subscription part. I'm just clicking the subscription area. Okay, I believe you already aware all these things. Okay, I'm just going for the manage. I'm just going for the edit. Okay, under the subscription I'm going to select my resource group. Okay, I'm going to log in. We just go there and just proceed. Just give an authentication. So this is the one. I think basically I will select your resource group. This is yours, right? I'm simply selecting yours. So remember the name AKS-8PMSC, for example. Just save it. Just save it. Okay. Now the point here is I think I'm going to use that particular service connection name. Okay. See AKS-8PM. That's so and so, right? I'm just going there to the same area. I think AKS-8PMSC. It's there already. Just open this particular resource group section. I think it will be different this time. You just need to select that, and the cluster must be available, your cluster, because you just created under the same resource group. Once everything is done, that is all. You don't need to modify any other things. The rest all same. So once it is done, just go there and simply save it. That's it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now the point is, I think this is your release pipeline. Now definitely you will face an issue now. Okay. Or you will understand what exactly the issue will get also. Okay. I believe this. The build number is 181. That is what my feeling. Let's go there and let's double check one more time what exactly the build number latest one. Go to the pipeline and just check the build number. I think 181 is perfectly all right. Just go here 181. I think 181 is all right. Okay. So simply what exactly you need to just go there and simply create it. Okay. Now the build pipeline is getting created. Just go for the release. Okay. Now you can go there and you can double check how exactly the deployment is happening. You go there and double check the logs. I think it will be okay. Okay. Okay guys, okay, can anyone tell what exactly this error? Anyone, what exactly this error? I'm just pasting this error in your chat box. You go there and check this error. Okay. So unable to connect to the server, dial TCP, look up the timing, the DNS, okay, blah blah, the private link.uk south, blah blah blah, and localhost 53, no such host. Okay, no such host. Oh come on, the point is where exactly this is getting executed. Come on guys, where exactly this is getting executed? This is getting executed on the VM, as I already mentioned. This VM don't have a permission to deploy to the Kubernetes cluster. That is the issue now. Okay, that is the issue. That's why you are getting that issue. Okay, then how exactly we need to sort out this issue? This VM don't have permission to the AKS. Now I'll go a bit down. This is what the scenario exactly. I just gave just a heads up in the last class. Assume instead of this particular DB, you have AKS. Okay, I'm simply taking this particular thing. I'm just taking this one out. I'm just replacing that one with a particular cluster. Okay, just assume it's a AKS cluster. Now my point here is, okay, so whatever you're seeing here, right guys, okay, now the point is this is AKS. Okay, same AKS also has a private DNS zone. That's perfectly all right. As you already know that, how exactly you will hit this one? This VM needs to access this AKS. This is what your challenge right now. Okay, this is private AKS. Okay, the only thing and the only part you need to understand here is, first and foremost thing, you need to add this VNet link, and second thing, you need to make a pairing between these two VNets. That is all you need to do. 2 steps. Okay, now I'm just going there and implementing for the, just go there and just go for the just go for this particular global search. Okay, there, go for the private DNS zones. There must be one private DNS zone which been created for your Kubernetes cluster. See, this is the one. You can sense it. See, there is a group MC. MC resource group is the one which been created automatically. Just go there, open that. Once you create that one, there you can the virtual network link. You need to add a virtual network link where exactly your VM is sitting. I'm just giving the particular thing a VM VNet link, okay, some name. And because I'm going to select that particular, I believe that particular thing is getting, oh, I think I don't know what exactly the name. Let me double check the name. This is 8 p.m. 8 p.m. batch RG-VNet. Okay, that's the one. Okay, 8 p.m. batch RG-VNet. This is the one, I think. And another one. Once you are done with this thing, you just enable the auto registration and just go for a okay. Now what exactly the thing will happen? You know, a VNet link being created. So this is what exactly first connection, right? A link will be created from this particular VNet to, okay, this particular VNet to this particular DNS zone. So that is the step number one. Okay, that is the step number one which you are doing. Okay, that's okay. Then what exactly the next one? The next one here is you need to form a pairing between these two virtual networks. So then only your connection is successfully established. Okay, I'm just giving a pairing connection. This is a pairing connection. This is a common thing which you will get in real time for sure. You should be able to understand this sort of logic, okay, at least then only you can solve your real time issues. So now once this particular thing is done, I think it is still happening. Let's wait for a while. I think we'll see the overview. I think it's not yet done. Go to the VNet link. I think it's still being under process. Okay, let's wait for a while, guys. Okay. So VNet link and the pairing is compulsory, guys. Otherwise, your VM cannot hit. Okay. So that is the logic behind this particular private instance. So failed. Okay, a virtual network can only be linked to one private DNS zone. Okay, maybe the VM virtual network might be already linked to some other private DNS zone. What I can do, I will disable the auto registration. That's the only thing. I think that's the issue. VM VNet link. Okay, something like this. I'm just going there 8 p.m-batch RG. I think that's okay. Auto registration, I'm just disabling guys. Okay. So as part of this continuation, I just click OK. I think this should be okay this time. Let's see. Let's wait for a while. Okay, I think VNet link is not solved. Okay, so I will add one particular A record here. That's the thing automatically will happen if we enable auto registration. But you haven't enabled auto registration. That's why you need to do it manually. I'm just taking a VM name. It can be anything, not an issue. Just go there. I'm just giving something and the private IP of the VM. What is the private IP of the VM? Private IP of the VM is 10.0.0.0 blah blah something information. Just come here and just go out there. Just provide the same. Just click OK. That's it. Okay. Alright, so that particular A record being created here. Okay. Alright, now my next intention here is the pairing. Okay, VNet pairing. Okay, now I'm just going to the VNets. Okay, just go for one VNet is fine. Just go for the one VNet, just go for the virtual network. Okay, as part of this particular thing, I'm just opening this particular thing. This is your virtual network which you already know. Just go for the pairings. There you can see something like click add button. There I think you can type VNet pairing. This is what exactly you are trying to do, right? So VNet pairing, the VNet pairing, okay? VNet pairing, sorry guys, okay. Oh, space, I've given a space, sorry. Okay, I'm just giving VNet pairing VM to where exactly this particular intention for the VM to AKS VNet, right? Something like that, okay? AKS VNet, okay? Okay, so fine. So then hello, everything hello. I'm just giving the same name, VNet pairing VM to AKS VNet. Okay, that is what exactly the pairing link. Okay, as part of this particular thing, and as part you need to select your another virtual network. What is your another virtual network, guys? Come on. What is your another? This is the one you are sitting right now. Your another one will be this one. Okay. Once you are selecting that particular thing, just go there and as part of this particular process, just click add button. Now you know what exactly will happen. I think the two records are being created here. Two actions are being performed. One is from one VNet, another one is from another VNet. So now you can see the pairing is happening or not. Once these two are done, then go there and deploy the release pipeline one more time. This time your deployment should be okay. Okay, that's the only difference, guys. Yeah, connected. Okay, now my point is, I think I'm just giving you one more time. So pairing is done, and as part of this particular VNet link is done, now my VM can definitely hit your AKS cluster without any doubt. So this is what my confidence. Okay, so just go there and just select this one. This is quite possible. Now to do this particular thing, just go to the release pipeline, go to the pipeline. So as part of this implementation, just come here, just go there for the simply redeploy is okay. We'll see. Mostly redeploy should be okay. Okay, see attempt 2 you're seeing the same bill will be deployed again. Just go for the logs. I think you can check the logs. I think parallelly, then only you will understand. See, the deployment is okay. So I don't see any kind of failures, right? So that's about the Kubernetes deployment. The perfectly all right. See, you've seen a very good scenario here. The VM is sitting in one particular VM is sitting in one particular VNet, and the cluster is sitting in another VNet. That's where you made the deployment. I think this kind of scenario learning you need to understand, guys. Okay, then only you will understand how exactly you need to deal with real time. In real time, also mostly these kind of issues only you will get. Or someone will come, okay, I'm unable to connect from my VM to your Kubernetes cluster. What exactly you need to do? These are the steps you need to follow. Automatically your connection will be established. Okay, fine, that's perfectly all right. Okay, that is all exactly the deployment part. Okay, so now I think one more catch here I just noticed. Okay, whenever you're deploying this particular thing, I think actually your repository is talking about not Postgres. I think it is talking about MySQL. So that is what the thing, I think I missed it. Okay, so simple thing.
RK, you are on mute.
Very sorry, huh? Very sorry. Wait. I'll just give a quick recap on the part, whatever I discussed. Just a second, huh? So I think deployment was okay, guys. Okay. So deployment was okay, and the point what exactly you need to understand here is, okay. So in real time also you will also get the same kind of scenarios. That's where exactly I'm explaining. The VM is sitting in one particular VNet and your cluster is sitting in another VNet. Another example, your DB is sitting in one VNet, your VM is sitting in another VNet. The same scenario. That is also same. Go to the private DNS zone of the VM. Private DNS zone of the database. Just go there, add the VNet link and pairing. That's all. The same kind of scenario. In real time, the most of the issues you will fall under the same. If you know this particular logic and technique, this is easy for you to handle. Okay. in your new companies as well. Definitely they cannot identify you as a fake experience or so and so. Definitely they will understand, I think you have some experience. Okay, these kind of techniques are quite important, guys. This is an important technique. Okay, so now the point is, okay, so that is all about the deployment. And the next one, and one more thing I sense in our repository whenever we were doing this deployment, right? Actually that repo, whatever the repo you're seeing, right, that repo is talking more about MySQL, okay, not a Postgres. Okay, that's the catch here. So what exactly we need to do, we just need to go there to the portal, and instead of provisioning the PostgreSQL, I'm just going to the PostgreSQL. I'm just deleting this PostgreSQL. This is not required for me. I'm just going there. I'm just simply deleting this one, because your application is expecting MySQL, not the Postgres one. Okay, I'm just deleting this particular thing. Okay, let's go there and delete. So then I will go there for this particular global search and just go for the MySQL. Okay, MySQL. So here there also you can see Azure database for MySQL Flexi server, Azure database for MySQL server. That is your wish. Okay, as always you need to prefer the Flexi servers in production also. Why? What is the reason? The reason is same. It will maintain the high availability, and the standby replica will be there in another zone. Okay, so these two are the things. Okay, now what exactly the thing I'm talking about? I'm just going there and provisioning this particular database in this particular new resource group, right? And this particular thing, right? So this is a database name, right? So I'm just giving a database name. I already copied. Oh no, I haven't copied. No worries. Okay, no worries. I'm just giving this particular training underscore 8 underscore 30 underscore PM. Okay, whatever it is, PM hyphen DB. Okay, something like that. Okay. Oh, sorry, huh? Oh, sorry. I think there is a catch here. Just a second. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so that's exactly the thing. I'm going to launch this particular thing in the UK South location. That is also absolutely all right. I'm just taking this particular thing. Oh, subscription, Azure subscription 1 is not allowed to provision in UK South. Okay, no worries. Your database is sitting in some other region also. No worries. Definitely you can hit it. No worries on that. Okay, I'm just taking a Southeast Asia, which is a Singapore. See, your DB is sitting in Singapore. Your architecture is sitting in the UK South. Okay, but still possible. But there will be some latency whenever you're accessing some data. But actually, it is not allowing me because I'm running with a subscription. Okay, my own subscription. So that's the only thing. Maybe in your real time, I think definitely it will be allowed. Don't worry on that case. Okay. Right. So once you are done with this particular thing, the postable anything is fine for me, not an issue. Availability zone doesn't matter. I already explained all these features for you as part of the poster, so I'm not worrying much on this particular thing. I'm just giving the username and the password, and once they go for the networking, very important thing, go for the private DNS always, and just go for this particular network. Okay, so one more bad thing here. Okay, your VNet is sitting in UK South location, but your database you are provisioning in Singapore, but you don't have the VNet here. Please go there and provision a VNet, not an issue. This is the VNet you are just trying to create. But remember guys, your cluster, again, one more challenge is coming up here. Your cluster and the database is this one you are keeping in another VNet. That is the point you are doing right now, because it is not allowing you to just keep this one in the same region. To be frank, it's a very good call for you because it's a very good learning, right? But real-time, don't do this kind of thing, because you need to keep your database in the same region. Then only the very good latency will be a very less. In this case, your latency will be high. Your response time will be very high. Remember that point, guys. Okay. Now I'm just going to the Flexi server. I think I'm just creating a completely new VNet network. Okay, everything is new. It's a new network, new subnet. Everything is new. Doesn't matter for me. Okay, because we can deal that. Not an issue for us. Okay, and I'm creating a new private DNS zone as well, and finally go there and review there and just create it. Okay, but the point is, one more learning is coming up for you guys. Your DB is sitting in one VNet and another region, and your cluster is sitting in another region and another network. You need to form a pairing, then only this particular connection will be established. Otherwise it will not happen. Okay, remember that one. All right, I think let it provision. I think anyway it will take some time. I think we will see this particular thing, and the followed by application gateway, ingress, API management, the front door. These things we'll see in the next class. Maybe if you have any questions, you can ask me right now.
Does hey, okay, like there is something called app registration, right? Like the app registration and service connection both are same, or
Both are same. Both are same. Yeah.
okay? I mean, we are creating every time a new service principal, not service connection, right? In the pipelines.
Yeah.
Does it really required, or
Yeah.
I mean,
Really required, or what is another question?
how we can reuse? I mean, we can reuse the service
You can
connection
reuse
in
actually.
multiple
Yeah,
pipelines.
you can reuse. No worries on that. Okay. Why we are creating a new service connections? Because maybe it will just avoid you the confusion. But if you want to, if you can reuse the one service connection. To be frank, okay. In real time, try to have one service connection for one resource group, so that you can select all the components under that resource group easily with that. Okay. No need to have a different service connection from each and every service separately. Not really required. Okay. You can manage like that. Not an issue. But the problem what you will get here is if you do like that, if someone joined your company, he wants to have an access on your Kubernetes cluster. Okay. Usually from Azure DevOps. Then you need to give a permission for that guy on the service connection. Okay. I'll show you the example. You will just go there and you will just just go there on the left side. I think you can see service connections. Okay. I think you can see the service connections. You can see the service connections. There the problem is once you go to the service connections, service connections. For example, in real time, how exactly things will be. Someone is setting up a pipeline. That guy don't have an access on this service connection. I'm the owner. I'm the only person can provide him an access. Go there at 3 dot symbol. Go for the security. Here you need to give an access for that guy. Click add. Just select that particular user. Give a user access. Now the challenge here is if you give a user access on your service connection, the same service connection, if you give a user access, if you have only one service for entire resource group, he will have a full access on all the components. You understand my point? So that is why if you create a individual service connection, that makes sense. That and all your wish company organizations policies wise. I think my suggestion is just create one-to-one. That is also fine. No one resource group service connection, because usually who exactly the person will configure this Azure DevOps usually for the productions. Of course, that person should be already aware, right, how exactly things will be. So obviously you will not give them then access if you don't feel any confidence. You will do. Definitely you will do instead of that guy, right? So that's the point actually, guys. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
And one more thing, like, can we cover key vaults under this project, RK? Like,
actually, see, I think it's not a big deal, to be frank. Okay, so nothing is there on the key vault, right? The key vault, you will store the key, because what are the project I'm having, I'm not using the key vault. Okay, but the point is how exactly, maybe if you get me some project maybe from the internet, maybe I can go there and show you the execution. Okay, because again I need to take one more project to explain that one. Okay, how exactly that works. But the point is that is very simple what our Kalyan is asking. Just go there, the keyword, just create one. Anyway, I will show you one example on the keyword on the scripting level. Okay, not with the project. Okay, I will use the keyword. Don't worry on that. And we will create one particular secret on the keyword, and we will use that one in our program. You know how we will use? That is very easy because that is already there in the Azure documentation. Okay, easily you can refer that one, guys. That is step-by-step implementation only. Okay, no need to worry on that particular thing. Okay, and to be frank, Azure documentation for key vault using Spring Boot application. Okay, to be frank, guys, one more point I just want to highlight. So if we read a secret from the Azure key vault, this is the simple thing, right? This is what exactly Kalyan is asking. Okay, see what exactly you need to do. They already mentioned what exactly. Now, to be frank, you no need to worry on this area. Okay, you no need to worry. Why I'll tell. Okay, you no need to worry. The reason is the developer will ask endpoint, a key vault endpoint, where exactly you store the secret. That's all. Right? That is what exactly he will ask. That if you provide that one, that is more than enough. You don't need to worry about how exactly that guy is accessing. Obviously, he can read. Because he can go through this project, he can easily understand rather than you. That's the only difference, guys. Okay, he can understand. And by the way, what exactly he will ask? He will ask you only two things. One is a key vault endpoint. Another one is service principal details. These two he will ask. Okay, these two you need to provide. That's all. That is all you need to provide, guys. Okay. Maybe I'll just double check where the properties are defined somewhere. Exactly what exactly? No. Okay, I don't see that one here. Maybe yeah. Identity assigned, resource group. These are all the things which we need to provide. Maybe just one project from the internet will help you. Okay, no worries. Maybe I will just check in the internet and I'll show you the project. Okay, that's a simple thing only. It's not a big deal, guys. Simple, easy one. That one. Okay, I think that's you don't need to worry on that majorly. To be frank, okay, there are different types of techniques are also there. Not only the key vault one, right? Usually, so sometimes they will use a Kubernetes secret also to just refer the variable. That is what I'm going to show you, not the key vault technique. Okay, the Kubernetes secret is the one which that model we are going to see. So because we cannot cover all in the same project, right? That's the only thing, guys. Okay, but easy only, Kalyan. Don't worry on that.
Sure.
Okay, any other question, guys?
RK, I have done one kind of POC like for the SSL certificate thing. But the certificate I have is kind of .cer, but I think application gateway is asking something called PFX. Do you have any link or something so that I can?
Application gateway is
go
asking
through?
PFX?
Yeah. For the HTTPS.
No, who is, someone is talking. Who is that guy? Another guy? Hello. It's only Kalyan, right? Okay, maybe Kalyan. I think you just need to go through the documentation only. His app gateway is expecting a PFX. I think you need to convert .cer into the PFX format, right? So that is the only way for you. But from where you got the .cer?
I mean, for the app service, I have downloaded that certificate.
From where you
I have
downloaded?
hosted it
From where you downloaded?
from the application service.
App service.
From the app from the URL security, yeah.
No. From here.
security
No.
icon.
From here. Oh, this is where exactly you downloaded,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is the only side. No, I think you cannot do that. Okay. So because I think to generate a PFX, guys, you need a PEM file. To have a PEM file, you need to have a public and the private key. So that's the process, guys. Okay. You need to have a public key and the private key. Then you can generate a PEM file. It's a cascading only. From the PEM, you can generate a PFX. That's the PFX which you need to upload in the application gateway. Maybe you just go through the documentations. I think you can check that. You can, if you go to the Azure documentation for application gateway, they will write very clearly how exactly you need to upload the certificate. Okay. So that is the process.
Okay.
That
I
is the
mean,
process you
from
need to
that,
do.
do we need to have some DNS? Or
Not
it's
really
not
required.
required,
If you have a
to
domain,
get that?
no. Wait. Correct. See, if you want to do one POC on your own, don't use the public domain search and all. You need to have your own domain, right? And generate a certificate for that particular own domain, right? By using that particular own domain certificate, obviously you can have the private key for that. And by using that CRT and the private key, you can cascade those two together, and that's the PEM key. From PEM, you can generate PFX. This is the sequence, guys. Okay. So the point here is just go through the application gateway Azure documentation, because the Azure document is the best one which I can find, guys. To be frank, I think they will explain each and everything. If you don't still find anything, just go to the Medium sites. Okay. Just go for the Medium websites. There you can search also. Okay, these kind of things. Okay, everything is a kind of learning only. Just go through it. If you still don't understand, just check the YouTube videos. If you still don't understand that one, I think just check the any other learning tutorials, maybe the LinkedIn or Udemy. If you still don't understand, you can raise a support ticket to the Azure. Karan, you understand? The final option, you still have an option in real time, guys. I don't want to tell the technique right now itself. If you don't know anything in Azure also, still you can manage in real time. That's the only technique will come from Azure support. Okay, you can simply raise Azure support ticket. Those guys will come to you and explain each point by point. Obviously you will become an expert slowly. Okay, this is the last technique which you can use, but this is the best one. Okay, but don't use this technique for each and every issue you're getting in real time, or try to use this technique whenever you really feel you are being blocked or you're blind completely. Then only use that technique. Okay, all right guys. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much guys. See you. Bye bye.
Thanks, sir.
Shut the